Hello again. So we talk now about the first person who actually reportedly experienced a heart exchange with Jesus Christ, Saint Lutgarde. She was from Belgium. She was born in 1182 and died in 1246. And she was a Cistercian nun who reported a number of religious experiences. Now, the kind of half humor to this was she could not really speak or understand Latin, which is the Mass was in Latin, so she prayed to the Lord, "Lord, would you please give me the ability to understand Latin?" Well, Christ gave her that ability. Well, guess what? She wasn't satisfied. Does that sound human? So she went back to the Lord and said, "Lord, okay, I'll give you back the gift. I need a different gift." Here is their simple exchange, brief, rich in significance. So Jesus asked her, "What then do you want?" This time, Jesus had led her secretly to the discovery of the right answer. "Lord," she told him, "I want your heart." "What do you mean you want my heart?" said Jesus. "I want your heart." Lutgarde replied, "Take it, dear Lord, but take it in such a way that your heart's love may be so mingled and united with my own heart, that I may possess my heart in you, and may it ever remain there secure in your protection." Reportedly, that's exactly what happened. In this book, Thomas Merton, the great Thomas Merton of the last century, wrote about, and he offered an extraordinary evaluation of the significance of this. And I will just give a few of examples of what he said. Here, in what they exchange, expressed in simple imaginative terms, we have a definition of the mystical marriage that sums up St. Bernard's teaching on the subject, and the force he set in motion in monasticism. And indeed, the doctrine of all the greatest Christian mystical theologians concerning this perfect union of wills. And then he goes on, and I won't read it all because he gets very technical theologically, to say basically, they're one, they're united spiritually, heart to heart, but they still are distinct. In other words, you can't ever become God. The soul has become one with God, he said, and God has become one with the soul. And the only distinction that remains between them is the fact that what God is by nature, the soul is by participation by God's free gift. That is, by love. God is love, the soul has love. But once the soul reaches transforming union, its acts are not only godlike, they become God's own acts. That union reaches that point. As I used to say during marriage ceremonies, quoting a great theologian, that in the couples they become more fully themselves together than the chances are they ever could have become apart. I have become more fully Hal Green in my union with Christ than I ever could have managed to become alone. Next, we go to the second saint.